hosting a brunch. Then, the moment we've been waiting for all year, from 5 p.m. sharp, April 4th, the Lord's 57th annual Passover. Followed by the Feast of Unleavened Bread, Sunday, April 5th from 7 p.m. The Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread goes hand in hand, so don't miss it. Make your reservations, book your flights and hotels now. An entire week of activities for only $200. Go to isupk.com, pay your Passover fee now. Shalom. ISUPK under Commanding General Yahana presents the official itinerary for the 57th annual Lord's Passover. Kickoff Wednesday, April 1st, the lamb slaughter from 11 a.m. followed by fun and games, basketball, 3-point shootout. Can you hit the target in the archery competition? Then let's gather together ourselves and eat some lamb. Later that night, the dopest podcasts, the Round Table of Truth, Cross the Line Radio, and Let a Hebrew Speak, all going down from 8 p.m. Thursday, April 2nd, the annual Kiddies Party. It's all going down at Slick City Action Park from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. followed by Scripture Breakdown class from 7 p.m. with 12 Shield General Mahayim. Friday, April 3rd from 8 p.m. the all-black party. You know how we get down. It's all going down at the BH Ranch, Houston, Texas. Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. we will be hosting a brunch. Then, the moment we've been waiting for all year, from 5 p.m. sharp, April 4th, the Lord's 57th annual Passover. Followed by the Feast of Unleavened Bread, Sunday, April 5th from 7 p.m. The Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread goes hand in hand, so don't miss it. Make your reservations, book your flights and hotels now. An entire week of activities for only $200. Go to isupk.com, pay your Passover fee now. Shalom.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're
ISUPK presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. You do not want to miss this one, Israel. Shalom.
Let's get it.
This is how you make it to the Lord's 57th annual Passover this year in Houston, Texas on the 4th of April.
Still trying to persecute. If a nigga at me, I know that all beam around me, niggas finna steam about me. Bitches try to scheme some memes out me. I ain't being loud. Keep it on the dolo. Don't look like my dolo. Like a butler, get that dough, bro. Nigga try me, that's a no-no. Not to palm me like a high five. Park my car and chill. I'm looking at the Philly skyline. Clearly I'm about mine. I feel like it's my time. Demons trying to distract me and knock me right off of my grind. But nigga, I am not crying about shit. If it happened, then it happened. I get past it, I don't trust. Now I'm laughing, I'm just adding to my wisdom. Damn, I'm lit. That's the way you handle it. You gotta be a man and shit. Niggas masking up and I can't slack a bitch. Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
ISUPK under Commanding General Yahana presents the official itinerary for the 57th annual Lord's Passover. Kickoff. Wednesday, April 1st, the lamb slaughter from 11 a.m. Followed by fun and games, basketball, 3-point shootout. Can you hit the target in the archery competition? Then let's gather together ourselves and eat some lamb. Later that night, the dopest podcasts, the Round Table of Truth, Cross the Line Radio, and Let a Hebrew Speak. All going down from 8 p.m. Thursday, April 2nd, the annual Kiddies Party. It's all going down at Slick City Action Park from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Followed by Scripture Breakdown class from 7 p.m. with 12 Shield General Mahayim. Friday, April 3rd from 8 p.m. The all-black party. You know how we get down. It's all going down at the BH Ranch, Houston, Texas. Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. we will be hosting a brunch. Then the moment we've been waiting for all year, from 5 p.m. sharp, April 4th, the Lord's 57th annual Passover. Followed by the Feast of Unleavened Bread, Sunday, April 5th from 7 p.m. The Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread goes hand in hand, so don't miss it. Make your reservations, book your flights and hotels now. An entire week of activities for only $200. Go to isupk.com, pay your Passover fee now. Shalom.
Can't hear you. You're muted.
Eso no escutó.
What's going on, Kim? You all know we back live and direct Wednesday night Black Watch, holding it down for Command General Yahana, hardest working man in Israel. I'll give him my hand. Yeah, I mean, getting that Passover ready, man. Putting everything together to get that Passover looking right, everything tight, everything sealed, packed and vacuum sealed and delivered, man. We're gonna have a ball down there in Houston, man. We're gonna have a ball down there in Houston for sure. 100% ball, big, it's gonna be right. It's absolutely gonna be right. So we here for another week, rocking the whole thing out.
That's right.
And getting it in just before Passover again, giving you all the news, giving you all the perspectives that your leaders ain't showing you. Your leaders refuse to teach. You know what I mean? Be wild and the good. So where y'all want to start? Where y'all want to go? Y'all have any favorite?
Salagia, sir. Shalom, you're the thumb. I'm not sure if it's in the story, sir, but I heard Donald Trump gave a speech at some blackety black event. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, where he completely stepped on the whole Jesse Jackson and the whole black leadership thing. Anybody got wind of that?
Yeah, that's number one, sir.
Yeah. I think that one is all the way there. Like Trump willing to do and say anything now without Epstein fired out. Trump liable to say Bigfoot is real. He got PT in the White House basement. He liable to say any goddamn thing, bro. You know what I mean? So let's pull it up.
Khan, sir. It says he is beyond redemption. Trump tries to sell a tight friendship with a touching post, but the internet immediately spots a problem he thought would go unnoticed. President Donald Trump marked a civil rights leader's death with a photo dump that appeared designed to make a familiar point that he shouldn't be accused of racism. But the images, meant to signal proximity and credibility, quickly triggered skepticism as users noticed they all seemed to come from the same narrow slice of time, raising questions about what the post was really trying to prove. Trump shared the series of photos on Tuesday, February 17th, on the same day the civil rights icon and two-time presidential candidate Reverend Jesse Jackson died in Chicago at 84.
Hold up. What was the pictures he shared?
Let me see. So it's from this one event where they had Don King, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, a bunch of big-headed Negroes there.
If I could, so I believe the picture came from around the time that Jesse Jackson ran for president in the 80s. I believe Jesse Jackson ran for president in 83, I believe, to get elected in 84. And during that time, I think that's where these pictures are coming from, was during that time period. Because Donald Trump, I don't know the whole history behind him and Jesse Jackson, but he for sure tried to play it like, yeah, Jesse was cool with me and I was cool with Jesse. So,
So what the fuck y'all mad about? He said, what the hell y'all mad about? I'm cool with Jesse. Okay, so is this one of the pictures?
That's Salaka. That look like from the same event. Don King sitting in the same spot.
Yeah, it's from the same event. Yep. I got one right here with Don from a different angle, but that's definitely the same white tie he got on. Don King is right there. Yep, it's the same event, sir.
So in about 30 years, 35 years, this is the only picture he have with his black friends?
Right.
That's goddamn.
Right.
Goddamn, that's a wild one. That's a wild, and so he really pulled these pictures because of the Obama thing, the monkey pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jesse Jackson had just died. So this was Trump's way of paying homage to Jesse Jackson and saying, see, I love black people. Y'all can't say I'm racist. I was down with Jesse when he was trying to run in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Which, again, Donald, okay, this is what people don't recognize. These so-called celebrity Negroes, these upper crust Negroes, they try to assimilate to white society, white culture. These Negroes like Don King and Jesse Jackson, they do everything they can to endear themselves to white supremacist type cats like Donald Trump, because the same time that Donald Trump is trying to say he supported Jesse Jackson with his run for president in 84 and 88, that's around the same time that Donald Trump said that the Central Park Five should be put to death, and them brothers weren't even guilty. They had nothing to do with what happened to that woman who got assaulted in Central Park. So these devils love to pass off these rich Negroes and their relationships with them as though I love black people, without acknowledging that Jesse Jackson is the same cat that there was a lot of things surrounding him in that shooting of Martin Luther King that was questionable. And then Jesse Jackson's the same cat that came out and stood, so-called stand for black people and was standing for, against abortion, and we shouldn't be allowing genocide to be committed against our people. But then as soon as Jesse Jackson ran for president and Planned Parenthood came and supported his nomination, now he was saying abortion was a woman's right to choose and women should have the right to unalive their children if they want to. Like, Jesse Jackson is a prime example of what happens when a Negro is allowed to live a life where he's rubbing elbows with devils. Like Martin Luther King, life got cut short. Even though we know what he was doing because of them FBI files, he loved them some white women and loved them some prostitutes, but he didn't live to see the day that his shame came out. Jesse Jackson lived long enough for us to see that these Negroes that get up there with white people and get in the realm of power and authority, they'll sell their draws out of both. They'll sell their draws twice. They'll sell them off the first time, then they'll flip them inside out, put them on, and sell them off again if the white man will give them some money. And that's what Jesse Jackson did. But Donald Trump is such an evil devil in that he knows that Jesse Jackson has a questionable past with black people. He took this opportunity after this man died to throw these pictures up there to say, see, me and Jesse was good boys. We was friends. Y'all love Jesse. Y'all should love me too. When anybody that loves Donald Trump is someone that you should be looking at sideways. Anybody that Donald Trump comes out and says he loves is somebody you should look at sideways. I wonder how many Jesse Jacksons and Al Sharptons have not been brought up in his Epstein files, but absolutely have played that position and played that role of being the white man's, eater of the crust between their toes in order to be able to hold those positions, But Donald Trump bringing this out should be a lesson for all of us to know. If this man Donald Trump has a relationship and supports somebody that is black, you should be looking at them sideways and saying, well, what the hell was you doing that would make such an evil, disgusting devil like Donald Trump calling you a friend? So,
Yep. Yeah, I believe you're absolutely right. I definitely think that like him referring to that, them pictures is like a chess move. It's like you could take it one way or the other. Like it could be him saying, all right, I'm down with with black people. Or it could be him saying, well, is these niggas on the Epstein files too? You know what I mean? It's like he'll create chaos wherever right now because of the evidence that they have against him. You know what I mean? He'll create the chaos wherever. That's what it seemed like. And it's hard to, like you say, and it's hard to say, a lot of them leaders, I don't know how squeaky clean they could be because they ain't saying nothing. Al ain't saying nothing. You know what I mean? Jesse, he gone. I don't know if he was saying anything before. I ain't heard Farrakhan say nothing. I mean, have you heard Farrakhan say anything about the Epstein files and about what's going on and the devil and the oppressor and nothing?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
I mean, what you're saying is so heavy. Let us not forget. I mean, it's not far fetched to believe Jesse was doing nasty stuff. Al Sharpton, Martin Luther King was on FBI files having sex with white prostitutes at the Watergate Hotel.
Right.
So and that wasn't just him. It was a convention of I forgot what the conference is called, the SCLC, I believe, the Southern Christian something. It was a convention of these upper crust blackity black preachers that was coming to DC and having Epstein Diddy type parties, freak offs. You understand the freak offs before Diddy, civil rights freak offs. You know, and so it's like it's no shocker at all that you haven't heard anything from Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton, your time coming too, man. Don't worry, your time coming. You know, y'all had y'all time. That civil rights era is coming to an end. It's coming to an end, and thank the Lord. Is the Lord raised up new men in the earth, new righteous men to now lead the black community in a different direction. Because Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Abernathy, Martin Luther King, you brothers, I'm saying brothers to be kind. they've been getting on me online, sir. They're getting on me online. They mad I called them traitors. You know, you brothers, you did a terrible job, and you are sellouts, and you're an embarrassment to what it means to be a black leader. And what's so sad is our people are so destroyed. We still hold you traitors in such a high regard and in such high esteem when you are the most dishonorable amongst us. You pastors are the most dishonorable. You should get the least amount of reverence and honor amongst us. You should be the least amongst us because you have joined us to our enemies. You have led us to go and commit wickedness, just like in Maccabees, the mighty men who committed Israel to go follow after the wicked ways of the heathen. That's what these cats are. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. And like Captain Soccerwar said, it's the reason why Donald Trump can speak so highly of Jesse Jackson. You understand? Because Jesse Jackson was in on the nastiness. He was compromised, just like all them civil rights leaders. You understand? You'll never hear Donald Trump or these leaders speak great about Commander Juliana or any of us. You'll never hear it. Because we go out in the streets and call him the devil. We go out in the streets and tell the truth about how you're child molesters. You are liars. You are thieves. You're violent. You're cruel. You'll never see us being accepted by mainstream society and championed by the president of the United States because we speak against the world. We are the true disciples of Christ. These reverends are of the world.
Yeah.
So
no, you're right. You absolutely right. Like let me find out that the Epstein files is why the Nation of Islam is not the fruit of Islam. Let me find that out. let me find out that the Epstein Island changed it from NOI to FOI.
Damn.
Now, I don't know what it really means because I really and truly nobody really saying nothing. You know, I ain't heard nothing. Like if I can't even talking about a Jewish man with Palestine too tough. You know what I mean? And so let's see how much longer they're going to play. You know, they're gonna hold their hand to the chest and sit at the poker table, try to bluff their way out of, you know, getting took. You know what I mean? It's not too much more time that the Republicans and the staunch white supremacists is going to be able to fend off and distract and deflect from what's going on with them files, unless war break out, which is probably what they're hoping happens. They're probably hoping a war break out that nobody don't give a damn about these damn files and they could just continue with life, you know, without any sort of, you know, judgment or investigation or anything. They'll never ever be called up. You know what I mean?
Salaki, so I believe that with, you know, the spirit of the Most High is moving on this place. We live in an era of truth and transparency. You understand? And anybody that got skeletons in their closet, anybody that got secrets they don't want to expose, they shutting the hell up right now. And these Christian churches, all of these Christian churches know the bribes and the money that they've taken from these political organizations in order to be able to steer black people in one direction or another. But with the way that things are right now, with the way that Donald Trump is moving and the way that they are amassing power and they positioning themselves to be able to steal this next election, nobody wants to say anything because they don't know whose side they want to be on right now. And that's why the Christian church is quiet. When it was Obama pushing for gay marriage and, you know, free rights, everybody was on, you got to love everybody. The church was accepting everybody, and you can't tell anybody to do this or to do that. But then, you know what I'm saying, now that Donald Trump is in office, they don't want to come out and say nothing about no abortion. They don't want to say nothing about the LGBTQ. They being very quiet because they don't want to be on the wrong side of this thing of Donald Trump and then push and get another election. And they don't want to be on the side. And because if that happens and they find themselves on the side of the Democrats, that money is being taken away. That funding is being dried up. You know what I'm saying? Right. I remember, if I could, sir, black people, we all know about COINTELPRO. And we know about what the government did to infiltrate the Black Panthers and what they did to infiltrate, you know what I'm saying, these different, the Nation of Islam with Malcolm X and these different organizations. But nobody talks about how the government infiltrated the civil rights movement with Martin Luther King and with them cats. What they don't never talk about is who did the government use within Martin Luther King's organization to set him up to get him unalived? Who did they use? Who were the agents that infiltrated that civil rights movement to be able to steer the direction after Martin Luther King got killed? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stories out there about the role that Jesse Jackson played in the unaliving of Martin Luther King and what happened after he died and how Jesse Jackson was able to rise to power that they don't want to talk about. They don't want to touch on it. You understand? Years ago, I remember it was a case that Al Sharpton had, where they had to acknowledge that Al Sharpton was an FBI agent. He was an informant for the government. You don't think these other cats that rose to these positions of prominence had something to do with that? I know I made a video. I know Kazak Iman made one as well. And one of the brothers that was there the day that Martin Luther King got shot said that Jesse Jackson did some unbelievably weird behavior when after Martin Luther King got shot at the Lorraine Motel. He's lying there bleeding, everybody standing around and they waiting for help to come. Jesse dips down in the blood, put his hands in the blood and rub the blood all over his shirt. So he could be like, I was with him and the blood was right here on me when he wasn't nowhere near Martin Luther King Jr. when he got shot. And again, Jesse Jackson's the same cat after MLK got shot. They said they all stayed at the Lorraine Motel. Jesse Jackson went and jetted out and got on a flight to Chicago. And the next day, he was in front of a delegation of black people talking about how Martin told him, I want you to carry my people to the mountaintop, and I want you to lead my people, and had the blood on his shirt. And they sitting there still at the Lorraine Motel like, look at this nigga here. And then that's the man that the white man chose to be the pioneer for black people. Jesse Jackson did a lot of evil to black people, man. Jesse Jackson gave you the term African American. Jesse Jackson was the one that said, yeah, we from Africa, and we in America, we African Americans. Again, Jesse Jackson was one of them dashiki wearing Negroes. If I could, Captain Mashak, pull up the Jesse Jackson dashiki pictures. He was the one telling niggas to go back to Africa, go back to Sierra Leone and the Ivory Coast. Jesse Jackson pushed on black people that we was African when a lot of us was saying, nigga, my ancestors was here, man. We from here. This land in Virginia, this land in Carolina, that's my people's land. The black people that knew that they had Indian in their family. Jesse Jackson was the one that said, nah, man, you African, man. Go back there to Mbutu and them in Nigeria. Go back over there to the Bantus and them in Ghana. Lied to our people. Gave us that goddamn African American. You understand? Then he came out and he was supposed to be for black people. Pro-black. Black people have babies and do this and that all in the 70s. In the 80s, they threw that nigga in a suit and said, Jesse, you better go up there and tell them to abort their babies. Jesse, you better get up there and tell them it's a woman's right to choose. And what did that nigga do? Exactly what them devils told him to do. He got up there and said a woman should have the right to choose. A woman should be able to decide if she want to have a baby or not. Nigga, 5 years ago, you did a video talking about how abortion was genocide. Show you how quickly these Negroes will sell out, man. They'll do whatever the white man tell them to do. You understand? That goddamn back to Africa is a psyop that the white man pushed on black people, and he used Negroes like Jesse Jackson to do it. And the nigga was a willing pawn. He was willing to do whatever the white man wanted him to do just so he wouldn't have to go out like Martin and just so he wouldn't have to be shamed and embarrassed, man. And then he dies, you understand? And people that love him or whatever, they're going to say they love him. But Donald Trump came out. For Donald Trump to come out and say, I love this guy, let you know that Jesse must have been a diabolical, evil, horrible cat behind the scenes. Behind closed doors for a white man to say, yeah, he was beloved, man. He was a good guy. He was a great man. You can only imagine what things Jesse Jackson did getting down with that cat. Black people, if you haven't been paying attention to what we've been telling you since 1969 in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, maybe now is the time that you'll begin to hear what we're saying and know it's the truth. Any Negro that is lifted up and is highly esteemed by your oppressor is someone that God hates. Because in order to be highly esteemed and accepted by your oppressor, you have to be one diabolical, sellout, traitorous, Uncle Tom, step and fetch it, disgusting bastard on the planet. It's the only way the white man will trust you. Only way the white man will trust you is if you prove that you's a good bootlicking nigga for Massa. You'll say and you'll do anything that Massa tell you to do. Go look at the life of Jesse Jackson and go look at all of the different turns and the different spins that he made, and you'll see the character of a man that never had no intention to do nothing good for black people. Salaki, sir, I yield.
Constant, if I may. Oh, go ahead, sir.
I was just gonna say, well, damn, soccer boy, I don't even think he in the ground yet. You ain't nigga can't rest it even in the ground. Soccer boy,
Not at all. Now's the time to talk about this shit. So
that's right.
That need to be exposed. You understand? Because somebody said something to me on social media. Was like, now you wait till he die to post this. This shit been going around. We've been knowing this about Jesse Jackson. Everybody wait till he died. But now that he's dead and y'all want to revisit his legacy, now the time to talk about a legacy. They say the year you born and the year you die, go on the tombstone. We talk about what's in between. Let's talk about what's in between. You're gonna celebrate a nigga life. Let's talk about the life of Jesse Jackson. Let's talk about when Martin Luther King Jr. got killed. The nigga put his hand in the blood and rubbed it on his shirt and said, "Oh, Martin told me to." No, he didn't. Come on, man. The hell wrong with this nigga, man? Your man gets shot and you gonna put your hand in the blood and rub it on your chest just so you could leave the people that's mourning, jump on a plane in Chicago the next day and be in front of cameras talking about, I was there with Martin, look at the blood on my shirt, you dirty, nasty bastard, man. Salakia, Cap. It got to be talked about. Salakia, Kazak, you got it.
The concert, what you said is so heavy because I'm getting the same flack on TikTok and Facebook. They saying you ain't supposed to speak ill of the dead. I said, nigga, I'm gonna speak ill about the dead, the alive, and the in between. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna now try to bridle us, like you said, bridle what we say about these niggas. Like, what they did while they were alive still is here. It ain't like how they lived with them when they died. I wish it was like that. I wish when these civil rights pastors died, all that garbage they pushed on us went to the grave with them, but that's not the case. You understand? You taught our people to follow after the oppressor and to be sellouts and step and fetchits, and then you go in the grave, and we left here to clean up your stinking mess. So you don't tell me I can't speak ill on the dead as if you dying, it now exonerates you. If the United States government can exonerate somebody after they have died, then for sure we can find you guilty after you have died. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and furthermore, if we can't speak ill of the dead, then we shouldn't talk about the white slave masters then. We gotta let what they did to us go to the grave. We gotta let what these white men did to our forefathers and foremothers go to the grave. Yeah, that's not happening. We're gonna speak ill of who committed ill. And Jesse Jackson was a sick nigga, like Martin Luther King. They were sick niggas.
God damn. I know if I see an angry Christian, I'm gonna probably just leave because they're gonna shoot up the block out. Y'all niggas is making them Christians gonna turn into thugs overnight.
No, I was just going to add to, you know what I mean, what you're saying is so heavy. But because of this Epstein file showing me that all these Negroes, they compromise. You understand? All of them compromise. All of them. Who knows what he went to his grave with? You know what I mean? What the white man had on him. You understand? Where he had to now go turn his back on his people. You know what I mean? He did it. He you know what I mean? He could have done it unwillingly, but he did it to save whatever piece of reputation he had. Nonetheless, he should have never do it. You understand? That's why Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians better come into the UPK and learn how to build a good reputation. Let that old man die. You understand? Let that man, you know what I mean, whoever it was in the past die and come and be a brand new person. So nobody can come and, you know what I mean, intimidate you or try to, you know what I mean, try to blackmail you for what you did in the past. You understand? Come in here and get right, man. Because you're clearly seeing that Jesse Jackson, he was compromised. Because how in the hell you could tell me a brother speaking out against what abortion, strongly against abortion? Now, how in the world you could tell me, like, you a black man and you don't see abortion is wrong? No, you know it's wrong. But somebody come and tell you, well, Jesse, we have, you know what I mean, we have this right here. Well, look at this right here. You know what I mean? You want us to show, you know what I mean, put us on 6 o'clock news? Or you better come and get down with the program. And Jesse did. He got down. Got down with it. You understand? And I ain't making excuses for him, but we should learn from his mistake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As black men, I mean black women, Hispanics and First Nation, we should learn from our leaders' mistake. They were weak. No, let's be strong. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah.
So water for that, Cap. I'll give it up. Go ahead, Cap.
No, I did, man. Soccer war, Soccer Mike, y'all going in tonight, boy. But what they're saying is so right, because when a person like Jesse Jackson, they transition, their legacy is under not just peer review but generational review, and I might add is Black History, quote unquote, Black History Month. So the racial progress report that everybody's looking at, okay, what he stood for, where we are now, and what all the losses that we attained as a nation because of this particular quote unquote leader. But it's so heavy because Christ said the scribes and Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. You got a lot of these black politicians and black pastors and things like that, and they rubbing shoulders with people that who don't have our interests, and you can clearly see today don't have our interests, our best interests. And there's a saying that you can tell a lot about a man's enemies, but you can even tell more about him by his friends, the company of friends he keeps. And when you start to look at all these things, man, and this is before AI, those pictures are not Photoshop. And it make you question, what were they talking about? How could, and if he was really a friend of Jesse Jackson, then how could he hate black people? Or if he really a friend of black people? Or was he really a leader? Because the thing about this leadership talk, this is about life and death we talking about here. We're talking about the nation of your people. You can't make it's a very, very small margin of error when you're talking about things like abortion. You understand? When you're talking about like abortion, like Captain Soccer War said, he knew abortion was genocide. He knew about Margaret Sanger. He knew about the Planned Parenthood, the eugenics movement. They knew a lot of these black leaders. Even then, they knew about these things to exterminate or diminish our numbers as a people. They knew these things. A lot of them had information inside the government. They had files and things. People was giving these people information. That's one thing they don't talk about. People like him, you had congressmen and senators giving these people information. You know what I'm saying? Even then, even in the 70s, they had information about, and not only that, black enterprise. I mean, I think Jesse Jackson, it was a thing with Coca-Cola that he was able to end a strike, and I think he got some shares with Coca-Cola. There was a number of different enterprises. I don't want to talk about his son, what he did, buying the Michael Jackson glove and said he was bipolar, all that money he spent. He wasn't bipolar, he was buying polo.
Right. That's it.
That's it. Keep going, but all these things, the legacy, when you have to talk about it because it involves our people.
Yeah.
It involves so we got to have these uncomfortable, quote unquote, uncomfortable conversations or dialogue to say, what did he stand for? Because that's usually what happens after a person leave here. they're going to ask, people are going to ask the generation after. You understand? Because a lot of those civil rights leaders are transitioning, and they refuse to say any errors that they might have made. When you talk to, they had Abernathy down in Atlanta. He was on a podcast with a TI, and they talking about different things. But you rarely, if you ever really ask them and say, if you can do something different, do you believe you made any errors? They don't want to have that conversation because they know people died behind that. They know people lost their life who really believed in them and was on the front lines. So to say you made an error would mean their life was not, they lost their life for nothing.
Yeah.
Or from a miscalculation. So they can't have that conversation. They can't have that conversation. Even the ones that march, I bring this up all the time in Alabama. Shout out to ISUPK Alabama out there. A lot of those people who were marching with Dr. King and all the rest of them, they are up in age now. Some of them 80, 90 years old. Trying to talk to them now, the family won't even we can't even sit down with an interview and just ask them how was it. You know why? Because it's coming from us, the UPK. And we're going to ask just questions about what was it like. What they don't want, they rather have Time Magazine interview them. Because they know that the questions we're going to ask is going to justify our stance on where we are today. It makes more sense.
Yeah.
It makes more sense. Now you're talking about integration in Arkansas. They building an all-white town. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about was this really progression, or did we get just assimilate to get, be more and more under the boot of the white man?
Yep.
That's right.
Anchor, honey, I'll give it up for that too. Anchor, like for people like him, it's easier for them to answer questions from the oppressor or the oppressor's representative than to answer questions or to be questioned by, which is how they'll take it. When the white man asks them questions, they take it as somebody asking questions. When the people who you sided with the white man to oppress, your people ask you questions, you take it as you're being questioned by somebody less than you.
Yeah.
The response is totally different. I remember sometime these poor brothers, they thought they had the truth. They went up in some church with Al Sharpton and they tried to question him. And brother, he just danced, he really tiptoed around them in 2 minutes and the crowd just moved on from them. You understand? They were ill prepared, but for those type of people, they play in a different game than we could ever understand. And the white man is playing an even higher game than they could understand. And I mean, I thank the Lord, brother, that I came into the truth and really definitely learned from the feet of the generals, and had the privilege to live with General Katham and Captain Shapar. And even later on with Captain Kahan and Captain Ash, me and Nathak, we learning the whole vibe of Judah in America, even from a Judite, from an Ephraimite. And General Katham, he done opened my eyes to a whole lot of things where you're looking at it and you wouldn't really see it. And I remember General Katham was telling me, like, who's on a balcony pointing up after somebody just gets shot in the head?
Right.
Use that for cover. How you know the shot come from over there? Right. Like, I mean, it will come out later that they probably was all in on it. The whole story with the limo man sending him back for his jacket, lining him up. Who the hell knows? But brother, I could never trust a man who does this. Now, I know some of y'all gonna remember this tape, right?
You're frozen.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Hold on, I'm back.
You're good to go now. Yeah.
Oh, you're good to go now, Cap.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I could play this for y'all. Let me know if you could hear the audio. All right. You could hear the audio?
Come.
Oh, okay.
All right, listen to this here. This is Jesse Jackson on the Rainbow Push Coalition. That's his party, I guess. And he's on Fox. The cameras are supposed to be off, but the mic was still hot. All right, and this is CNN, Salakia. Fox is carrying. This is CNN. The mic is still hot. And he said, what do you think about Obama talking down to people like that? This is him. This is when Obama was running the first year. So this got to be 2007 or 2008. This is Jesse. Those of you who don't know, he's whispering to the host. He said, what do you think about Barack talking down to black people like that on this faith-based thing? I want to cut his nuts off. That's what he said to another black man about Barack Obama pre-election. Didn't know he was on air, but was on air shucking and jiving. When the camera go off, he's so sick that he has to lie to the public. He has to have one moment of honesty, and they caught it on a hot mic. They caught it on a hot mic. Now, fast forward to Obama winning the election. Obama won the election, the night of the election. This is Jesse Jackson. Look at him. Look at him. Before they probably coordinate the shot. They probably give him some Visine, them old school Visine drops. Put it in his eyes. And he over there overwhelmed, like, oh, first black president. Nigga, we ain't forgot you wanted to castrate the Hamites. You wanted to spade and neuter Barack Obama. And look at you now. It's such a moving moment. You're a whore for hire.
Yep.
You're a whore for hire. But when you see, the brothers talking about you move from saying black women should keep their babies to a woman have a right to choose, it's no mystery. Because in one moment you hated Barack Obama. He got a chance that you fought for and sold your damn soul for, sold out for, and he got it. And now they have you up on there talking about him. You couldn't stand it. You say, I'd like to cut his nuts off. And to show you how much of a sellout he is. He think he a white man. Why is it? Why couldn't say, I'd like to take a bat to his head. I'd break his foot. Why you got to go to his genitalia? What about it that you have to go in a man's pants because you done took on white supremacy so much?
Yes.
You think like the oppressor. Like now everything got to be sexual. You want to cut nuts off. A few moments later, this got to be within the space of months, because that interview was ramping up on the election. And then 2008, when they said Obama won, this is Jesse Jackson.
And so, like, if I could, Cap.
Come on, Cap.
And like growing up in Mississippi, I remember because my mother, Jesse Jackson used to come down south a whole lot. He was definitely, and he would always come down because a lot of those cities was like his stomping ground when they marched and things like that. So I would always see pictures in the photo album of him in the church, and usually when he come down, he was usually helping somebody campaign for an election. So they would have the events at the church, and he would speak, and then later on in life, I happened to meet Jesse Jackson when I was in college. When I was, for those don't know, I was in the, I was in the Black Caucus. I was around them big head Negroes, you know what I'm saying? But I was just too extreme. They didn't like me. You know what I'm saying? I was too I was too extreme with them niggas, man. They like this nigga here. You know what I'm saying? He go, but
they probably wanted to hang you out. There's like this nigga.
Like, they said we gotta do things a little bit more diplomatic. But I got a chance to meet him, man, and when I was in college. And the crazy thing about it is when a person like Jesse Jackson, like because of he's looked at as a disciple of the civil rights or Martin Luther King's legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's almost like you said, like Soccer Wolf was bringing out, like he carried the torch for the dream. You know what I'm saying? With that Rainbow Push Coalition and so forth. So these like it was when around this cat, he had some everybody around him, man. When he showed up in town. And but when you look at as far as the tangible, and I brought this out when I want to say it was last night. When you really look at this generation wants to count their victories. They don't want, some empty promise, like just like they count views or count likes and shares. They want a cumulative result. And when you start to look at these things like the brother's bringing out about his legacy, that they're going to hollow it out. They're going to see, okay, did we really gain something?
Right.
Or was it just, a dog and pony show? And like you're saying, you showing the theatrics of it behind the scenes on a hot mic and then in public, like, okay, well, which one are you?
Right.
Which one are you, because when you look at what we are now, I mean, going back to even John Lewis, all those leaders, they never really said where we are today is we are further back. We really lost. We lost ground.
Yeah.
We really lost ground because if you think about it with the integrationist movement, what happened now, and then not only that, you throw in the interracial aspect with the athletes, the transfer of wealth from black families to white families, i.e. interracial marriage or some kind of a shady business deal. These types of things, man, we really became, a prey to these other nations, man. You know what I'm saying? And, but once again, they're going to take this to the grave. Why? Because it's their legacy. It's their legacy, but your legacy is under review now.
Yeah.
All these things, and thank the Lord for the truth. Thank the Lord for people like Officer Kazak Ahmad and Captain Soccer War and everybody else that's bringing it out, man, because it's keeping the conversation going.
Yeah.
It's keeping the conversation. It's not just sweeping under the rug. We got to talk about it, man. You know what I'm saying? If he was a black leader, can we talk about it?
Yeah.
We can't. So he's above reproach. No, we got to talk about it, man. You know what I'm saying? So like I yield.
And so like if I may too, sir, Captain Clem, what you said, so Evan, Captain Shock, you said exactly what I was thinking. Okay, to say I want to cut his nuts off shows you that cat was working with the government, because that is how white mafia members talk about their enemies. Like that's not a threat that black men even exchange or say, like, I want to cut this nigga nuts off. That's not something that we say. This cat was hanging around them FBI or CIA, whatever government 3-letter agency he was with. That cat was entrenched in that world. And I could imagine, just what all was happening in the background in that world, because that's how white mobsters talk. That's how they talk. You understand? Like that's not even a threat that is thrown around in the hood. That's a white mobster talk. And the whole crying on camera goes right with the MO of putting the blood on the shirt. It's the exact same thing. He's in the middle of a bunch of nobodies, of a bunch of random people. The fact that the camera was able to find him means it was on purpose.
Yes. That's right.
It was on purpose. It was staged. It was orchestrated. The tears, everything. It was meant to, again, put him in a certain light as if he still had some say-so and some type of passing of the torch. This cat right here, just like all Christian pastors, they are phony. They're so goddamn phony, man. And when I'm watching him cry, and I'm thinking about the video of the pastor that just got exposed, tickling that kid. And the whole time he's talking, he keeps saying, glory be to God, and glory be to God. And everything is for show with these pastors, with these Christian leaders. Nothing is authentic. Nothing is sincere. Captain Cahan, I've met many people that said they met Jesse Jackson and they said this nigga hated niggas in person.
Good night.
They said this nigga was mean and rude and could not stand niggas. That's what I heard firsthand account from people.
Hey, Kazak, look, it was so crazy, man, because when I met him, right? He had like he had his people with him, he had the bodyguards, whatever. I met him, so he introduced himself. I introduced myself. He said, "Where you from?" I said, "From Mississippi." He said, "That's God's country." I said, "Oh." Okay. and I had my mother, he spoke to my mother on the phone and everything. but you just the aura, like when you really around, like, and you know, when you young, you really don't understand, you know. But when I came into the school, man, I really started to really examine. Like when the general brought out about the abortion thing, I said, "What?" He said, "What?" And like then it's like your eyes begin to open because you start to really put things under a microscope, and then the Bible gives you X-ray vision.
Right.
Like don't nobody know what a leader is better than the Most High.
Yeah.
You see when he pick a leader, you know. I mean, when he pick a leader, you know he's a leader. It ain't no question because he is, quote unquote, as the general always would say, uncompromising when it comes to the people. Whether the people like it or not, he serves the Lord, not the people. Well, he serves the Lord, and by serving the Lord, he serves the people, not serving the people, i.e., democracy or their will or their quote unquote free will, as he said when it came to the abortion issue. Like the Lord said, I set before you life and death. But then the Lord also said, he gave us a cheat code. Choose life. He told us. You understand? Because we too stupid to know what life is. You understand? So that's when he said that, like that really, when I really started to understand that, it's like, man, and then now we just taking the Bible, this is what a leader is, and now just it's like the X-ray. Put this up on the screen now. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, it shows you how compromised a lot of these leaders are, because what do they care about? They care about being accepted by the world. That's what they care about. You know what I'm saying? And even at the expense of Black, Latino, and Native American Indians people's lives and progression and welfare. I yield.
So like, if I could, to piggyback on what Captain Kahan, just brought out, the Bible also gives us some clarity on what causes a man to sell out. And when we're talking about legacy, the legacy that needs to be examined of men like Jesse Jackson and all of those civil rights leaders, right? A lot of them cats that escaped that civil rights period, they set the precedent for the reward that you get for selling out. You understand? It made me think of Ecclesiastes 7:7, which says, surely oppression makes a wise man mad. The second half says, but a gift destroys the heart. Jesse Jackson and them accepted the gift of the white man. All of that protest and all that marching they did with Martin Luther King, the white man came and told them cats, listen, man, we'll let you be a senator. We'll let you, get into the Congress, and you'll be able to, John Lewis, they let him become a senator. He got in that government and shut the hell up. Jesse Jackson, they said, listen, man, you'll get you a rainbow coalition. We'll give you a church. You can go and be in charge of raising up these black pastors and let them know what the program is. And Jesse Jackson shut the hell up. You understand? A lot of them cats that made it through their civil rights, they set the precedent for these politicians that's coming up now selling out. I lived in Washington, D.C. when Muriel Bowser took over and sold the city, sold the people out in the city to the highest bidder that white people was coming in, buying up all the properties in the city. I'm down here in Memphis right now. Mayor Paul Young has sold Memphis out to they got 12. I saw the other day in Memphis, Tennessee, and Mississippi, North Mississippi, and the surrounding areas, they got 12. What's the supercomputers Elon Musk in the building? Data centers. They selling that land and building data centers, and the people in the city is poor. They ain't got no jobs, and these data centers ain't even bringing no jobs. They done gave these cats a deal for 100 acres that's gonna make 82 jobs. And the jobs ain't gonna have nothing to do with the computers. It's gonna be all security jobs. These black politicians learned from Jesse Jackson to sell out. These pastors, that Pastor Jamal Bryant, that who the cat with the 2019 church, they learned from the pastors Al Sharpton, from Jesse Jackson, from T.D. Jakes, that if you just say what white people want to hear, man, you'll get you a big mega church. They'll make you free to lie to black people, molest all the children you want. You can do whatever filth you want to do. All you got to do is make sure you tell them to go vote Democrat. Hell, some of them is going on to the other side. The 2119 church is saying vote Republican. What that cat said, that cat came on the video and said, I forget what he said. I don't want to hear nothing about no black Jesus. I don't want to hear nothing about no black Jesus. I don't want to hear nothing about no Israelites. We is in America, and God blesses America. God damn it, they learned that from Jesse Jackson.
Right.
They learned that from Al Sharpton, and we need to acknowledge that it's deeper than just that man's life and what he was able to accomplish. Look at the legacy that he set. Look at the precedent that he set. All of these sellouts that's running around here now, they waiting for the white man to come and ask them to bow out just so they can get the reward that Jesse Jackson got. So they can get the reward that John Lewis got. They ain't gonna protest no more. So like, yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but that John Lewis cat, what did he ever do after the civil rights movement? After getting hit over the head, marching with Martin Luther King, what activism did he do?
So Lockus, if I could, Cap.
Come on, Cap.
I never forget John Lewis said. He said when I got hit over the head, he met the guy that hit him over the head, right? And as he said something like, "I want to thank you for your service." I'm like, I said to myself, Lord, I said, and you know, and then he had this saying. He said, "You know what? We gonna get in trouble, but we gonna get in good trouble."
Man, come on.
And I mean, it's like, okay, and don't get me wrong, when he was young, like I said, there was it like going in them towns and getting, you know, I mean, it wasn't no small order now. But what I'm saying is that it was misguided. That's what we're trying to say. We're not trying to, like, a lot of people don't understand that when we have these conversations because they're so sensitive about it. But it has to be reviewed if we're going to talk about the whole aspect of Black culture and Black society.
That's right.
You can't just talk about all his accolades. We got to talk about some things that was crucial in what he talked about, what he did. You want to talk? Even John Lewis talking about we got to cross the bridge. Some bridges shouldn't be crossed. Some bridges should be burned.
That's right.
You don't supposed to cross every bridge.
Right.
Some bridges should be burned. You know what I'm saying? That thing that happened in Selma, once again, shout out to IUB Alabama. They don't want to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They said that he was the conscience, that when he became a congressman or a senator, that he's the conscience of America. That he gave America a conscience. America don't have no conscience.
That's right.
You understand? It's capitalism. That's what America has. You understand? That's what the hell. So what you saying, Soccer War, it's spot the hell on, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't want, like, once again, we can talk about it. We willing to talk about all from point A to point Z. But that right there, when you talk, the water cap, when you talk about moments like these, and you ask them, what you think that you made an error? You think you made any errors in this? They cannot. It's like they're seeing the ghost. It's like the ghost of Mississippi. It's like the ghost of Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Did we lead the people astray? Did we do, you know what I'm saying? Was this for all for nothing? What did we gain? You gained something. You got a political seat. But what did we gain collectively as a nation? What do we have today? Other than a dream, other than quote unquote keeping hope alive. What do we have?
Right.
So you want to talk about rainbow push? I think it's time we start pulling instead of pushing. I yield.
If I could, sir.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, you know, the scripture says the day of one's death is better than the day of his birth. I mean, but that's for a righteous man. That's for a man who can pull what he has done for his people, and you can look at his family and his bloodline and say, damn, he accomplished a lot in his life. Right. When a person is a wicked person, it's actually the opposite, because now you're going to look back and you're going to see all the evil they've done. And people don't like to talk about it, but we have to talk about it. You understand what I mean? Because all the evil he's done still, like the brother brought out, it still stands today. You understand what I mean? So that scripture, I always think about it. It's like one thing for sure, man. I think about my deathbed, and I ask myself, what are people going to say about me when I'm gone? You know what I mean? What will people say about you when you're gone? You know what I mean? When it comes to especially when your people are being oppressed and the plight of your people, what will people say about you? Will they call you a sellout?
Right.
You understand? And that's what Jesse Jackson facing today, because with all his fame and all his fortune, he's going to enter his grave as a sellout and somebody who did nothing for his people. You understand? I mean, besides sell them out, Salakia. I yield.
No, I think you hit the nail on the head there, because That little clip I pull up, this is his family. This one who talking here is his son. That's Jesse Jackson Jr. He went to jail with his wife for stealing money and embezzlement. And they were so rich and had so much clout and power. They say when they came to arrest him, because I think he bought Michael Jackson gloves and Michael Jackson's jacket. They're so full of lust. I believe his wife and them, I think, had money in her stockings or some shit when they come to arrest her. And they worked out a deal where they would serve time like a tag team because of the children. And they got some judge to give them their sentence in tandem. So he went to jail while she raised the kids. Then when he did his time, she'd started her sentence so he could come out and stay with the kids. And brother, like that right there is the proof that there's a huge disconnect between our family and theirs. There's a very, very huge disconnect. You know what I mean? And I want to also pull this little evidence here we have. I know some of y'all gonna remember this one. You know, the ISUPK, you know, of course, had to question Jesse Jackson, and the reaction was very much the same, like what Captain Kahan talking about with him is like he hate black people. His reaction to the officer who went to speak to him, it was not receiving. Let me know if you're hearing too. All right, are you all able to hear?
No sound, sir.
All right, hold on. Let me reshare. And he was questioned by the UPK, and this was his answer. How about now?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Like if I could, Captain, real quick.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but the water to the Most High Christ for that era of UPK videos where we had that disclaimer with you, if it's not other ISUPK, the Commander General Yohana, you are not in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because now with all of the evil coming out of all these fake Israelite groups, it was the Lord that was with the ISUPK video department to make sure that everybody knew the men in this video are trained professionals. Do not try this at home, and if it's not of the ISUPK and the Commander General Yohana, then it is not of the Lord. So like, so I just want you that nostalgia right there.
Yeah, that's me from Command General Yohana and General Hyman and General overseeing the damn thing. Yeah. Put that precept, because brother, back then, just side note, back then I remember the voice notes and the calls. Some sister had called the school up and initially was charging the school and says, your fault. It's your fault. And then asks for help because her husband watches the videos and he went out on the street to teach and got stabbed up. I definitely remember when I got the order to just put all them things together on the thing. Like brothers was not doing it the right way. And, you know, getting inspired, but not coming in. So, you know, it was more so to save the lives of the, you know, people.
Christ for that. So like,
yeah, man. So this is Officer Kunayal out there in Minnesota. He recently went down there with that shooting with the white broad in the SUV. And but he Jesse Jackson damn near 10 years to the day, really. And listen to what Jesse's saying.
would be so proud. I think Jamal would be so proud to know that their deaths are not in vain. That they have brought the people in Minnesota together.
So just so if you don't hear, this is just after Jesse came off the stage, because initially Jesse's security wouldn't let the brother get close at all. And the brother went back around, and you know how Israel do, how UPK officers, I should say, we find a way. And a brother let him back there when Jesse come down off the stage. That's why you're hearing the woman talking and the crowd is clapping. So he's saying, as black people, we blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we 12 tribes of Israel, we've been in captivity for 400 years. Do you think we should separate from white people? Do you think we should separate from the oppressor? Or do you think we should join them?
To stand for freedom, justice, and equality, and we must continue to do so. Thank you all so much. Blessings to you. Please keep.
I don't know if you understand what he said. Jesse said, "There's no place to go. There's no place to go." I'm gonna play it back again. Listen, this is raw days. We didn't have them road mics like them brothers have now, making all them damn nice ass podcasts and shit. This was raw. So let me pull it back to the beginning.
You covered and you showed up anyway. You're not telling the wrong of Yolanda would be so proud. I think Jamal would be so proud to know that their deaths are not in vain. That they have brought the people in Minnesota together to stand for freedom, justice, and equality, and we must continue to do so. Thank you all so much. Blessings to you. Please keep fighting, y'all. We need you. We need you. We need you. We need you. Thank you. God bless you.
Okay. So just so I'm out of translate because I remember the tape, I remember the whole thing well. Jesse said there's nowhere to go. There's no place to go. We in them people country. They make a decision. If we want anything, we have to fight for it. Basically telling them, nigga, I ain't separating. I'm gonna stay right here and do everything Esau says to do. And that'll be that. And there's nowhere to go. And then, of course, Jesse, they do the takeaway. He said, how can I reach you? Let me get your number. Knowing full well he ain't gonna never answer the phone or call. But a question about separating. And he don't come drunk or high or nothing. And he have a countenance on his face that you wish you had. He have a countenance on his face that looks familiar from the days of abortion is wrong.
Yes, right.
You see it on him, but you can't say nothing else. Like Jesse said, what else can we do? There's no place to go. When he asked if we should separate from here. This is your leaders. This is your leaders. So when we talk about them, just know where we're coming from. Go ahead, Cap Silaki.
No, man, I sit and listen to you, and I cannot shake it. But these men have handlers, Zach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These men fully, they report to some oppressor. You understand? There ain't no question about who they're reporting to. They ain't reporting to a black man, because a black man for sure will send them back out there and say, yo, you got to switch that shit up. You understand? But they've been handled by white men. And why? Because they want to sin. You understand? They're all up in Esau world. You can imagine Jesse turn that down. He might have been in jail for the rest of his life, knowing what the hell they have on him. Because they have something on them. All the black leaders. You think they don't have something on them black leaders? They have something. Why in the hell they never compare your black leaders to black men of the past who stood up and fought against oppression?
Right.
There's no comparison. There's none. So you telling me I have to believe in Jesse Jackson because my slave master tell me I have to? Nigga, you a slave. You understand? You're a slave, and you want to remain in that mind frame. You understand? And that's from the spirit of the Christian church. Spirit of the Christian church is to be a good boy, a good girl. Don't piss massa off. You understand? Don't piss massa off. You understand? That why just to say you have nowhere to go. Nigga, you have somewhere to go. You have somewhere to go. The Lord say what? The birds don't work on 9 to 5 and they eat. Christ said what? The Son of Man don't have a place to rest his head. Like, you think the Lord ain't gonna take care of you? The Lord gonna take care of you, but you're not willing to do it because you compromise. I'm telling you, all them black leaders down to El Sharpton, and they say El Sharpton was a snitch, was a rat. You understand? Like they had him. You're mute.
Also, like I said, he was, I think, an FBI or CIA informant. CI 7 or something like that.
You understand? Then remember the Herman Cain, who was running for president. They got him out quick. They just started to pull up, yo, you abused some woman. And they was about to bring, and he left the race quick. He left it. Like all your black leaders want to be up there. This Jeffrey Epstein dude, he is just the tip of the iceberg of what's going on in that white world. And black people all the way, them leaders who you call leaders, you understand? Your Jay-Z, your Jordans, all of them up there. Why you think they ain't coming out and defending you? Because they compromise. They have something on them. You know what I mean? Salaki. Man, I just, you know what I mean? I see now looking at it and hearing it, but they compromise. Ain't no way you could sit down and watch the state of your people and call yourself a black leader and not say nothing about it. And not say nothing about it. Nah. Nah, you handle it and tell you already. Yo, if you go talk anything about it, we're going to take the money from you, we're going to take the house from you, and you're going to jail because we have this on you. Ain't you put this on the taxes 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Right.
You're going to jail. You understand? Salaki, I yield.
Salaki, if I could, what Captain Doctors bring out so heavy, man, as he's talking, I'm thinking like, ain't no better control than something that doesn't have to be said. Like this devil has a way where he has you in a situation where he don't even gotta say nothing. You already know. You know, there's a term that goes, you know better. Yeah. And once they got those tapes and those screenshots, you just fall in line naturally. Because you know, you try at that point, you're trying to save your family, you're trying to save your face. I mean, and that's thank the Lord for the UPK, where you know we getting all black and we shut ourselves of the world. To hell with what happened in the past. You know what I mean? That nigga is dead. You talking to somebody new today, and that's what Christ taught. You know what I mean? Because look, man, you did some shameful stuff in the past. You know, brother or sister did some shameful stuff. You leave that in the past. You getting all black. You shed yourself of the world. You come into the truth. You get a new name. That person don't exist, and they can't hold you to that person. I mean, they can't hold. Look, I was the biggest Christian you could meet. You can't hold me to that now. I'm free to talk about white people, and the evil they've done, because I shed myself of the world. You understand? And that's the power of the truth. People don't understand that. There's a script that says the truth shall set you free. You gotta be free to speak.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't, if you still have ties to this world, you're a slave. You can't speak. Salaki, I yield.
You had to ask permission to speak. Go ahead,
come.
Can I get one scripture if I could, Cap?
Yeah, please.
Can I get Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16? Because this right here, man, like, and you know, even like when you really look at Al Sharpton, all those people right now, like you said, it's a stalemate. They're not really saying nothing. They're not. And notice this: the fight they had that they claim they had then, they don't have now. Like if you were doing all that now, like if anything, now is the time. And if you're not going to do it, give the resources to those who will.
That's right.
They won't even do that. Actually, they keep them from being on the forefront. They try to keep the ISUPK from being on the forefront because what they have to show it, just like how they did Christ. The Pharisees and the Sadducees said, if we let this man alone, then all men gonna believe on him. And we gonna lose our seat. They care about the seat. But this is what they don't understand when it comes to Christ. Where you stand will determine where you sit. Can I get that scripture, my brother?
Kawakan, Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err.
You see that? The leaders. The Lord looks at leadership. So why can't the ISUPK talk about the quote unquote leaders and their quote unquote legacy? We have to see, where did we err? And how do you know? You know we err because look at our condition. Our relationships are dysfunctional. Our economic system, we don't even have it. We don't even have an economic. We don't have a community. We don't have all those things we used to have before integration or post-civil rights movement. The Bible says the leaders of this people caused them to err, meaning error. We strayed from the path. Go ahead.
Khan, and they that are led of them are destroyed.
And all you got to do is look at us now. Let me tell you something. Any other race of people that had leaders like how we have leaders and they got to this point, it'll be a total reversal. It'll be a total reversal. They would not even listen. You think we going in? I mean, it wouldn't even got to this point. It wouldn't even got to this point. Why? Because they understand when their people are destroyed, something is wrong. When we don't have any recourse and we got to rely on the same people who oppress us to give us, quote unquote, a better way of life, we done made an error, brothers and sisters. And we have to talk about it. And it comes from what? Our leadership. The people who you deemed as leaders. That's why we thank the Lord for Commander General Yohana and the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Because what we gonna tell you, what thus saith the Lord gives the blueprint on what a leader is in this Bible.
That's right.
It ain't if you ever question, I know there's a lot of books on, leadership and all these different things, but the Bible is the perfect example. It gives you the perfect example of a failed leader and a real leader. It tells you, it gives you the mark, and the marksmanship has to do with who they will align with. You understand? They don't want to talk about that, but we're gonna continue to talk about it, man. And we can show but we can do this all night with these scriptures and show you any leader you want to pull up. We can go to the Bible and let's see what the Lord got to say about leadership. I yield.
If I could, sir, as I'm watching the protests in places like Iran or Iran, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're holding their leaders accountable, right?
Yeah.
And I ask myself, when is the last time Black people held their leaders accountable? Like Iran is holding their leaders accountable because, number one, they're running out of water. Number two, they're struggling right now. So they gotta, like Commander Yohana said something one time, and it stuck with me. He said, whenever something is going wrong, you have to find somebody to hold accountable.
Yeah.
And it's normally your leaders, because they're the ones getting the lead for a reason. I mean, and I just sit back and ask myself, when's the last time Black people said, you know what, we're going to hold our leaders accountable because they're failing us? Imagine the people who are at the bottom have never held their leaders accountable, ever. Yeah. Nobody's ever called up Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton or any other leader that they claim they have. You understand? Said, you are failing us. This is why we're poor. Like I believe over 1 million Black women recently, since Trump went in office, has lost their jobs. Nobody's held accountable. Nobody's called out. But these Negroes are just collecting money and sitting there as if they're infallible, where they're the reason why Black people are failing in America.
Yeah, 100%.
Slacks.
100%. Like you so right. I was just about to say that. Like the onus the heathens put on their leaders. Like you see it all the time. You see them. They stormed the parliament in Turkey or some other place, Chechnya or somewhere, and I think one of them in Japan or Korea, or one of their leaders up on the stage, and a heathen walked right up and tried to assassinate him. I'm not saying that we should do that, but I'm just showing you how far they would go. I think the gun jammed. The gun jam, and when he go back the second time, the bodyguard come and, you know, tackle him on the stage. Like these is people. There's some woman in I think India or Bangladesh. They're getting ready to bury that bitch under the jail right now because she ain't performed for her people. They're saying she's a sellout. They're sending her to prison over the damn thing. And it's the huge difference with us and them. With us and them, like we are a people, you know, who are really destroyed. We have hirelings, and the hirelings will blame us for us and say, you know, you could just, you know, it's your fault. You're not working hard enough,
right?
Or you know, all you want to do is buy Jordans with your money and PlayStations, and they'll start to pick apart our life while we have a boot on our neck.
Right.
Like imagine somebody choking the fuck out of you, and then somebody telling you you're not breathing right. If you breathe better, you would live.
Exactly.
Like that's our leaders. That's who our leaders are, and they put there to do exactly that. They put there to just rule over us and blame us for every single thing without ever fixing one part. And that's where, you know, so much of our leaders with the Christian doctrine, even the Muslim ones, that prosperity doctrine, that prosperity doctrine is rooted in, I did it, why the hell you can't? You can't do it because you lazy. You can't do it because you don't work hard enough. You had to go get a 9 to 5 and a 5 to 9. For what? For what? I watched a documentary with 2 Chainz and another brother. It's 2 separate not documentaries, interviews. And 2 Chainz say he was so amazed at Eminem's work ethic. He said he's in the studio with Eminem, and you know, he said, you know how we do. We turn up, there's some weed there, there's some alcohol there, because we're ready to go in here and make this album. He said at 4 o'clock, Eminem say, all right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. 2 Chainz them says, like, where you going? He said, I'm going home. I'm done for the day. I'll see you tomorrow. And they couldn't understand leaving the studio. And I understand why, because for us, you could hardly afford the studio or have access to a good studio. So when you have it, you milk it dry right there and crank it out. Meanwhile, this oppressor, he treating going to the studio like a 9 to 5. He show up at 8 in the morning, he leaving at 4 because he has a life outside of that thing. We need leaders who could help us understand that side of life and not perpetuate the oppression that we get in. Like he said, he couldn't understand leaving the studio. He said, what do you mean leave the studio? He said, we had to stay in here, sleeping here, gone for 2-3 days to get his album. He said he couldn't understand the oppressor, the heathen. Their people allow them to live a certain type of life, a semblance of life, even though they're criminals, even though they're stealing, even though they're committing murder and, you know, sexual assaults and everything. Our leaders they get their leaders teach them to show up for life. Our leaders teach us to show up for slavery.
That's right, Cap.
Show up for oppression. And listen, show up for oppression like, you know, it's a job. Like, who was the one who said, if you're working at McDonald's, be the best burger flipper?
Bill Cosby.
It was Bill Cosby?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be the best. For what?
Right.
For what? What people is not gonna buy because this burger don't taste too good?
Exactly.
But you want us to show up for oppression. We're the only people who get told to show up for oppression. It's a ridiculous form of insanity, man. And you know, you look at our younger generation and you wonder why they reject the older generation, or they rather make their own way and they're aggressive about it.
Right.
You can't blame them, because what I'm gonna follow you for, to show up for oppression.
So the water, Cap.
Come on, go ahead, Cap, please.
And you know what's so crazy? When was the last time you heard a leader say no, or someone that's they always say, well, maybe, and we're going to sit at the table. That maybe is a precursor to let me see what's your best offer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's what that is. You never hear, like, think about it. When was the last time you, other than Commander, only one you really hear say that is Commander General Hunter. We're not doing this.
That's right.
And it's a hard, and no is a complete sentence when a leader speaks. Mattathias, he said no, not just for himself, but for his sons, his brethren, and all the men that was under him. It was a no. Even if you thought about it, it was a no.
Right.
When was the last time? Let's just think about that. Since we're talking about legacy and progression among quote unquote black leaders, because right now we so beat down. They say we have no more leaders. That's how broken we are as a people. That's what you think. But you got ISUPK, Commanding General Yohana, and men in here. The Lord is raising up leaders.
That's
you
right.
understand? The Lord has not left us without a prophet.
That's
he
right.
said he would. You understand? Like, but when was the last time you heard somebody black in power say no? Well, you haven't heard it. They always say, well, we're gonna talk, we're gonna have a meeting. What about just saying no? What about this is not good for our people?
Right.
And I'm not having the discussions. I'm not trying to see what's the best, because that's all that is. That's politic talk. Well, we got to sit down and talk. Talk about what? This is going to hurt the city. This is going to hurt the inner city youth. You don't hear that now because they're trying to work out. That's a precursor to work out a deal to see what's best for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they make merchandise of us, which is against the law. That's what these so-called people have done. We are bargaining tool now. They didn't give, like Captain Shock said, the youth understand. They didn't give up on the youth. They don't care about saving these kids. They get stock markets in the prisons. They taking out stock now.
Right.
You understand? They said, well, look, we'll just get stock in the prison. They find a way to capitalize off the youth. And then when one of some lit rapper gets shot or they go on TV, then the first thing these Negroes get up there and do, well, you know what? This is the problem with no, you can't blame it on a 15, 16-year-old rapper.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? You want to blame a 40, 50-year-old problem that you should have solved. That's the easy way out.
Yeah.
Nah, that's why we on the street. And that's why you can't stand the UPK. And we going to keep applying pressure.
That's right.
You understand? They redefine what a leader is. The Bible tell you what a leader is. You going to understand what a leader is. Don't worry. You understand? The Lord know how to change your perspective real quick.
Right.
So like I yield.
If I could,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll be quick. And to add to what Cap Kahar was saying, when's the last time you had a leader, black people and Hispanic people? When's the last time you had a leader that didn't see you as a second-class citizen? I mean, when Jesse Jackson said we have nowhere to go, that was him conceding to, well, we're second-class citizens. Yes, what I mean? Imagine your leaders see you as second-class citizens. And once they see you as a second-class citizen, it's easy to hate you. You understand? And see you as merchandise, as Cap Kahan said. You understand what I mean? As he brought out from the scriptures. So right now, in the ISUPK, I'm going to tell you this straight up. When I came to the school, in my life, it's the first time I found out I was God's chosen people. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. You understand? That's the first time I found out. And this is the first time in my life I didn't have to carry myself as a second-class citizen and have to be up under no heathen mentally. You understand what I mean? And that's a very important thing when you're able to walk around and you're not below nobody. In fact, not only am I not below anybody, but I look at everybody as a villain for what they've done to my people. That is another level of power where it frees you so much, where not only you're not a second-class citizen, but you're able to look at your own people and say, they're like this because of what you have done to them. And that is the power of having the truth and being under Command Jehan and ISUPK. But you don't have to bow to nobody.
All right.
In fact, everybody owes you an apology. And everybody owes you some time on that plantation. So yeah, I yield.
That's right. It's a lot. And if I may too, there's a saying that they say you can tell the health of your organization or your movement by how many young people you have. if you have young people involved. And I don't know if you Christians know this, and you Uncle Toms and you Steppin' Fetchits. I don't know if you know this, but the young generation is not with that civil rights movement. The young generation, the young people that were with the civil rights movement are dying. They're old. And there's not new members that are believing in the ideology of what those civil rights leaders pushed. You don't have the ears nor the boots of the young, because it doesn't work. And I thank the Lord, because that's, again, you know that this whole civil rights thing, this is going to die out. So we need the young to keep it alive. It's going to die out. You look what the Lord did in the wilderness. That entire generation that came out of Egypt, I call them the civil rights generation, and they had to die. That whole loving Egypt and that whole mentality, that had to die. The Lord brought in the young. He brought in the young with a new mentality, with a new perspective, and really it's just the young turned back to the old way. That's all it is. You understand? You old niggas is trying to create it, following a new way. You understand? The Lord is raising up young niggas following the old way. And I hate to break it to you, Christians. That's why you're not getting the membership of the young in your churches. You're not getting the membership of the young in your movements. You can't seem to corral any of the young Black and Hispanic men, because a real man, these young brothers are soldiers, and they're not following that coward gay garbage you've been pushing on us.
That's right.
They can see it's not practical. It's not practical knowledge for me to join somebody that hates me. It's not practical knowledge for me to sit down in a restaurant and let somebody knock me and my woman upside the head and spit in our milkshakes. What the hell are you talking about? For what? That's not practical. And I thank the Lord that the young brothers are in here. The generation that also Warren just said it. You Christians been looking down at these young brothers and the young generation as second-class citizens, as less than you. And guess what? I thank the Lord you've been looking down on them, because the Lord is bringing them in here. The UPK is the future, the past, the present, and the future.
All right, bro.
You understand? Because they're in here. And you don't have to worry about taking the mantle. You don't have to worry about what direction we go in. We'll take it from here. Don't worry about it. We'll take it from here. Salaki.
Can I say one thing, Kazak? What you saying is so right. Like, the youth, the ones that you discarded, bring them here. Bring them to the ISU. Don't worry about it. We gonna show you what the Lord can do with a young man that's full of zeal. You understand? But he don't have the knowledge, or a young sister. Because once again, you telling us to still keep this same mentality. Meanwhile, you got militias and MAGA. All kind of things running amok, and they're seeing it live on TikTok. And you're telling them, just, keep doing what we. No, it don't work like that. Like you said, you brought a perfect example about us going into the promised land. You understand? And spied out the land. Only 2 from that generation saw that land that crossed over through the Red Sea, and that was Joshua and Caleb. And it's so spiritual, because those are the 2 witnesses. You understand that just in case the young generation said it didn't happen, they were there to say, I saw it.
That's it. Right.
I saw the sea split. And they made it because they were willing to go, and they had faith, regardless of the opposition, to go in there and take that land. But the rest of the generation let's just stay here. Let's just get comfortable here. You understand? And that's what they did until the time for them to transition. And they never saw the land. You understand? Right. The Lord had to you, and he told us, if you won't go, I'll take your children. They'll go. You understand? So that mentality of not knowing the gospel and not knowing the real, that's why we know the church, they just placeholders right now. They telling you to have prosperity what? Here. But the scriptures say, don't seek his peace or prosperity. God said that. You seek his peace or his prosperity, you're going to get complacent, and you would die in the wilderness. So, like,
And just to add to what you're saying too, right? Ecclesiasticus 5:1 comes to mind. Right? I'm gonna read it for you all.
I could pull it up, sir.
Okay, to water.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verse 1. Set not thy heart upon thy goods.
You understand? And your leaders don't teach you these things, but you learn that in the UPK. You understand? Don't set your heart upon what?
Upon thy goods.
You understand? Like life is not all about money and wealth. There's more to life than that. You understand? There's more to life than that, but your leaders don't tell you. Your preachers try to game you up and tell you what the Lord, you know what I mean, you're gonna get these riches, you're gonna get, you know what I mean, things gonna be okay. This, that, the other. But it's not. You understand? Like life, you're gonna have to learn to sacrifice. You understand? And money is not the, you know what I mean, the only thing. And the white man, he used that to entrap us. He uses it to entrap us, just like your black leaders. Because lo and behold, who is controlling the narratives on our black leaders? I wonder who. Are black people controlling the narrative on their own people? No, we're not controlling it.
That's right.
You understand? We're not controlling it, but the oppressor is in control. And how I know that? Because there's a man by the name of Nat Turner, not saying what he did was right. But how come we don't learn about him, learn about his mistakes, but learn about his spirit in school?
Right.
That's right.
How come? But white people learn about who in school? I'm comparing to Andrew Jackson. You niggas who have a problem with us talking about black leadership, you should take that 20 out your pocket right now and give it to me.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't have a problem with Andrew Jackson, so we shouldn't talk about Andrew Jackson. You understand? I had to go Google it.
Right.
How much people died because of Nat Turner mistake? Come on.
They say about 66, sir. That's what the white man reports, around 66.
And let's throw in what happened after. They say about one, I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. They say about 150 to 260 deaths was because of his mistake. How much do you think was Andrew Jackson? Andrew Jackson was between 10,000 to 20,000 deaths.
That's genocide right there, Cap.
Right.
And now, and you understand what I'm saying? But he is in the White House. He is being studied by these devils. These devils, you know what I mean? They immortalize him. They, you know what I mean? They have him up there as their leader. They don't discard him because they know what he did was what? For them to have America. You understand? But yet and still, we have to accept these leaders that give us over to Andrew Jackson's people, who done unalive a ton of our people, and we can't talk about what he did. Now we could talk about what Jesse Jackson did.
That's right.
We could talk about what Jesse Jackson did.
Right.
You understand? So that brothers and sisters don't have to fall prey to the white man like Jesse Jackson.
Right.
You understand? Like we gonna start to control our narrative. To hell with what the white man had to tell us about our black leaders and how he choose our black leaders.
That's right.
Because you Negroes who talking about he dead and we ain't supposed to be talking about him. I want all the $20. Give me all that money. Give me all of it. But I know you're a hypocrite.
That's right. So
you don't want to talk. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Cal. I'm gonna go after you. So you finished. So like,
Khan, you don't want us to talk about him because you see some of him in you. You
Right.
evil bastards.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's why. You understand? That's why. You don't have that spirit not to have. That want to fight against what? The oppression. Not to say what he did was, I'm telling you to go pick up arms. No, hate the oppression. Not to have read the Bible and hated the oppression.
That's right.
But he didn't know what to do except to do the carnal way. But Tony Lord, you commanded during your hand and you asked CPK to show the right way to go about getting out of this oppression.
That's right.
You understand? You Negroes need to look in the mirror and see why or what bring you close to Jesse Jackson. Why? Are you a bootlicker? Are you Uncle Tom?
Right.
Are you?
If I could, Cap, come on, give it up, man. What you saying is so right. And you know what? And it's crazy because what you said is so heavy. We live vicariously through a lot of these leaders, and we internalize some of the things they do, even though it's detriment. Like for Donald Trump to post Jesse Jackson's picture with him, it's like him pulling a race card. In retrospect, he's pulling a race card, and on the heels of what he just posted with Michelle Obama and Barack Obama. It's like he's saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like this right here is the Uno reverse. I'm showing you this because I had relationships with him. I had an understanding with me and him. We worked together. So, but these, once again, these put us in an uncompromising position. And like you said, Cap, they saying even though the man is no longer with us, his legacy lives on. Ain't that what they say?
Right.
Yeah.
His legacy lives on. So let's separate him and let's just talk about his legacy. Did that make you feel better? Can we talk about his legacy? The man is no longer here, but what he did lives on, right? Based on what you said. So let's talk about, since it's still living, since the past is still living, let's talk about it. Stop trying, like you said, Cap. We come to Andrew Jackson, he was a Cavalier. He opened up the West. Even though he had a hand, I believe, in the Trail of Tears and all that, you know what I'm saying? That was genocide. It was land displacement. You want to talk about war crimes and crimes against humanity. My God.
Come on.
But see, that's where it gets interesting when we talks about leaders. Because history is written by the victors.
That's
right.
A failed revolution, you're criminals, and it's treason.
That's right.
A successful one, you have a new world and a new government.
Yeah.
But see, they don't want to talk about that. But thank God for ISUPK, the universal practical, not theoretical, practical knowledge.
That's right.
We can pick apart anything that you have. So like I yield.
If I could, sir. And what y'all was bringing out is so heavy about the youth, right? And as to what's going on and how the youth is not clinging to them. Because as the Lord starts to remove the veil of all the evil on the earth, the youth are seeing it. And they're seeing the hypocrisy. I mean, they're seeing the hypocrisy, and they get to sit back and watch all the hypocrisy was happening. And they're not like our parents who had to just bow your head and stay quiet and do what they say. No, they're like, no, this is not right. I mean, and thank the Lord for the youth having this freedom to think and say, you know what, I can't get with that. You understand? And as he starts, as that continues to happen, and as he continues to reveal how evil these people are, the youth are going to start to say, you know what, we got to find a better way. I mean, there's a scripture in the Bible where it says the kingdom of heaven, where Christ said, the kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed. It's the smallest of seeds. But it grows into a big tree where the birds find refuge in it. You understand me? What we're standing on now is small, but it's going to grow, and the Lord's going to make it grow into something giant.
Right.
I mean, that's going to be here forever. And that's why, I mean, I don't know why the Lord saw me to be fit to be part of it. But I thank the Lord every day for being in the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? Because this is like, this is groundbreaking, for lack of a better term. I mean, because we're so far ahead of it that we're building the kingdom of heaven today. I mean, I yield.
Listen, we building it so mighty and strong and focused that sometimes as we move in our daily lives, we quote unquote forget or take it for granted,
right?
That how we live is how everybody lives. Or what we believe is what everybody believes, until you find yourself really submerged in an environment with people from the world. And then you realize just how different you are. And it gives you a greater appreciation of it. If you're not careful, you're going to get frustrated, because you're going to be like, damn, they're slow. But it's not so much that, is that the Lord really gave you something He didn't give to everybody else. And you had to understand it and really value it, because in here the world is different. That's the best way I could say it in the shorter space without going into anything. It's a different world once you come in here. We really transformed by the renewal of our mind. Brothers, sisters, children, the older brothers, sisters, everybody could come in here and really be treated not like a second-class citizen, where you don't show up for oppression, but you show up to serve the Lord and be free. You know what I mean? So it's really a hell of a thing. But sometimes you could now misplace what you have, because you're around brothers and sisters. Those of you brothers who interact with people in the world, on a more regular basis. I know you see it all the time, where it's like, okay, they don't know, they don't understand, and they're still silly. But what we have in here is golden. It's absolutely golden. You know what I mean? And thank the Lord for it. For sure. 100%. You know what I mean? Thank the Lord for it. You know what I mean? Hey, let's get that story before we roll that cover story with the shooting in what's it called? Something bucket, tweet bucket. What's the name of the damn place? The one up there in Rhode Island. The one on the ice.
Paul Tuckett.
Paul Tuckett. Yeah, damn.
Paul Tuckett.
Let's see what's going on down there in Paul Tuckett.
Come on. Rhode Island shooting. Transgender father kills son and ex-wife at school ice hockey game. The suspect, Robert Dorgan, who also used the name Roberta, had him.
Hold on, what? Hold on. Wait. He used the name Roberta. This was a devil?
This is a devil, a nasty devil. Looking like Miss Doubtfire.
Damn. So this was one of them.
Come.
Yikes. Let me see if I can pull up some pictures or something.
Go ahead. The suspect, Robert Dorgan, who also used the name Roberta, had a history of disputes with his family and divorced his wife 5 years ago after changing gender. A transgender father killed his own son and his ex-wife in a shooting at a high school ice hockey game in Rhode Island and wounded his former in-laws, authorities confirmed. Robert Dorgan, 56, opened fire on the Dennis M. Lynch Arena in Paul Tuckett on Monday afternoon while two high school teams were competing.
I'm not laughing at the shooting. I'm not laughing at the shooting. Lord be with them. It's hard to run in public. I mean, it probably is harder to run on ice. I definitely feel for you. But right, brother, oh, you fake Israelites, you want some of this? I know you want some of this. You fake Israelites, UIC who went for the happy ending, the one who teaching about the Gentiles right now, and you can try to find this thing on the 12 tribe chart. I'm sorry for the tribe. You're trying to put this one in, but god damn, Mark. Talk about a mental illness. Talk about what's the book? The NS. Not what's the book they had?
The DSM, sir.
The
Manual.
DSM. God damn, Mark.
It's a lucky, sir.
Cap, Salaki. Salaki, what you transition to? A white man with long hair? I don't understand.
He transitioned to a shooter. That's what the hell he transitioned to.
That's it, because
Right.
he looking like a man, Salaki.
He looked like a badly built, bleached blonde, big.
my goodness.
God damn.
It's a lot too, sir.
Good.
Here's the irony and the confusion of this. This white man went by the name Roberta Esposito. This white man wanted to be a Hispanic woman with a Nazi tattoo on his damn arm.
He wanted some of that ICE attention. He wanted some of that Homeland Security attention. He know them white supremacists. They hate blacks and Latinos, but they will take a Latino woman.
Right.
Ask Donald Trump, ask Jebediah Bush, and damn near all of them. They would try to get a minority. He said, Roberta what?
He went by the name Roberta Esposito.
Roberta Esposito.
With a white supremacist tattoo on his arm. He got the two lightning bolts, the Schutzenstaffel tattoo on his arm.
He got the lightning from Valhalla on his arm. Go ahead, Sakari. I know you want some of this here, Sakari. Gorilla Hebrew. Go ahead, Gorilla.
If I could, sir.
Go ahead, please.
This reminds me of back in December. I had to terminate some devil for theft, right? But HR got on the phone with me. HR said, well, he's transitioning, so the drugs he's taking, might have affected his judgment. And I said to HR, it sounds like he transitioned into a thief. And they just started laughing. So I told HR, look, I understand he's transitioning, but I have to be fair to everybody across the board.
Yeah,
if I couldn't tolerate this for a regular person, I can't tolerate it for somebody who's transitioning. And they're like, you know what? You're right.
You see, get out of here. Like the world need us for some kind of moral guidance.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because without it, they'll just take every excuse.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Go ahead, please.
And if I could, like this right here, and since we talking about legacy, this is what we integrated into.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's keep it going. This is what we for all those get mad at the ISUPK, yours truly. This is what we have integrated into a people who don't know what bathroom to use. And then now, and it makes me wonder. Okay, he had to unalive his wife, maybe because they reminded him of who he really is. I don't know. These people here. This is why the Lord said that he's not the author of confusion.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like this here, and to show you that dysfunction, like he unalived his ex-wife and the children. What the children do?
Call him Dad Kahan.
The water. Thank you. But this goes to show you.
The children forgot their lines.
Come on, man. Come on, like it's so bad, but we're looking to them for civilization. We're looking to them for freedom. We're looking to them for a better life. They don't have it. White supremacy is imploding, and all the things that they use to try to destroy us is backfiring.
That's right.
That's right.
And that's why the scriptures in Revelation said, "Come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her plague." Like this right here, this is a plague that I'm looking at right here. This is a plague.
Yeah.
And you think that you can make this an ally and you can be a part of this? No, you want no parts of this, because this right here is happening. I mean, I'm sure it's happening at an alarming rate. You understand? We have to fix our people. We didn't, and somebody said that's right. Children forgot their pronouns, and you know what's so heavy about it? You know, and you know what? I got to say it. I'm trying not to go there. I'm trying to be have some, you know, make sure this. I know it's a family channel. I'm trying not to go there. But how in the hell we go from pro black to being a pro now?
God damn.
Okay. I'm tired. Let me stop. So like, I'm gonna get it.
Hey, Salaki,
if I could.
I just want to say, where is he? UPK Shalat says Buffalo Bill silence of the lamb. It puts the thing in the bucket. He looks just like he's silence of the lambs on. God damn. Go ahead, don't worry.
If I could, sir, and let me tell you, black women, you understand? Yeah, y'all love to say ain't no good black men and stuff like that, and degrade black men. The only reason you're able to degrade black men is because you live to talk about your tail. These oppressors, their women don't live to talk and say ain't no good white men. You understand? There's when I came to the school, I learned about something they call a family annihilator syndrome.
Right.
I mean, where these oppressors, if they feel emasculated in any way, even though they're emasculating themselves in this case, but they will unalive the whole family.
Yeah.
So the fact that you get to live and run your mouth and talk bad about your baby father, as you call him, is a sign of his mercy.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And he's better than these devils.
That's right.
Because these devils would have unalived you a long time ago. Nobody would ever find you. You'd have been a missing, like a close case a long time ago. Salaki, I yield.
And Salaki, if I may too, okay, and this right here, this is the unsaid reality. This cat right here, like this is a man that clearly still works out, goes to the gym, and is still masculine and presenting, but has a white supremacist tattoo on his arm, which tells me that he was within a white supremacy circles. This is the truth about you white boys that front like you so tough and how you're going to take your country back. And you get online and you have a lot of this tough guy talk, and you carry around, you marching with tiki torches, with khakis, and you become ICE agents so you can wear a gun and the Batman belt with all the gadgets. But behind closed doors, this is all of you white men's fantasy. This is who you are. This is who you are. You are closeted, small, insignificant men who really don't even know what you're sexually attracted to. And that's why you're so angry. You're confused and sexually repressed. And you're so angry at your confusion and your insignificance that you turn on the people who have done nothing to you. They did a study, this brother brought it out, on how white supremacists have a addiction to a particular subculture of porn, where these white men that hate blacks and Hispanics so much, they have a affinity for watching what they call BBC porn with white women. It's a sick thing where they hate black men so much, but at the same time, there's some type of homoeroticism there where they can't help themselves but to go, and we hate black men, we got to take our country back. But then you go home and you're looking for black porn. You love watching black men and their rods with white women and whatever. I don't know the psychology all the way behind it. It's sick. And seeing this right here, this is all you white supremacists. You can't fool us. No matter how big your gun is, I know you want to get the biggest Glock. You understand? You trying to get the big autumn rifles. It doesn't hide that this is who you are behind closed doors. Miss Doubtfire. That's who you are. You understand? And all that anger and tough talk, you're a deviant. You're an Epstein Island freak. You're a deviant. And you are mad at us because you're confused about who you are. White man, just come out, man, and just be who you are.
Right.
Just come out and live your quote unquote truth and leave blacks and Hispanics alone. You don't have to punish us because you're attracted to men. You don't have to punish us because you can't stop looking at black men's rods while you hate black men and want to kill black men. It's the same as your forefathers. That's why they castrated black men when they hung them. because it had nothing to do with justice. It was all about your sexual deviancy and homoeroticism for God's children. And I think the Lord, that he showed us that, like Captain Kahan said, you are a people that we should have never integrated with. And I just find it funny that you knew which bathrooms we couldn't go in during the civil rights, but now there's confusion about what bathroom you can go in now.
Right.
Yeah, you were mistaken about us going in your bathroom, but now there's confusion about the bathroom situation. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever, you got it.
I know you fake Israelites looking for this profile online right now. You're looking to drop some money on the GoFundMe. You trying to find out how to put some money on the commissary. Did it kill itself or they arrested it?
No, it definitely killed itself.
Okay, so it put the round in its brain.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a rough play. I could imagine that. Some shit break out in the mall. A Negro got problem keeping his foot in. Imagine running on Isaac. Oh my God, that's terror. That is terror. Go ahead,
and you know, it's crazy because the irony, it happened around ice.
Oh my goodness!
Like the irony, like the look. I mean, and then it was so traumatic. You know, other people and children were there seeing this. But see, like, we got to have the conversation. Like, you want us to treat this like this is normal. Like you want I got to teach my child. So I got to take a class on sensitivity because I see something wrong with this. Me. I know it's not normal, but because I have to placate to that because of integration, I have to now teach my child that this right here is normal.
That's why.
Well, if it was so normal, why did he have to take lives? Why did he have to do that? Why couldn't he just be happy with his new life? You know what I'm saying? Usually, if a caterpillar turned into a butterfly, it uses its wings. If you want to talk about transition. But now we're talking about demon possession. We're not talking about a goddamn transition. We're talking about possession of an unclean spirit that you said that it was okay for us to accept. Why? Because they accepted it. And that was the whole MO. It's been like that since the Greek and the Romans.
Yeah, that's
like
a you. That's a. I mean, was there any more on Roberta?
It just go into how he killed himself and when before getting apprehended by the police, which is the typical coward MO.
And Salakia, the LGBTQ community ain't come out and say nothing about this again.
Brother, listen, Cap, he looked like any member of one of them rock bands who just misunderstood. Yeah, the Beach Boy blonde hair, he do the nails up. He looked like he ready to get. He's standing next to the Harley Davidson.
Oh my goodness.
He looked like he ready to get on stage and break a guitar and just scream into the mic. And the lights blowing. He looked like that whole type. And this here is really probably secretly who they are, they're sexually repressed, but not like they craving the other sex. Their repressiveness comes from the desire they have. Like what they want is something that's you can't get. It's unattainable. You know, society doesn't give it to you. So they do whatever it is to compensate for it, which is the extreme violence, the whole damn near homoerotic way they try to arrest you and jump and saddle your back, right, and then put you in the handcuffs and sit on top of you and then feel you up in terms of and say it's a search, a pat down, anything in your pockets. It's a whole a whole sexual thing with them. Like that's crazy. Like you go ahead and divorce your wife to become your wife. And you still mad at the bitch for what she do?
Right.
I guess she should have fought harder, huh? She should have fought for you more.
Exactly. It's a locket, Cap. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna even call it a manifesto. Maybe there's a non-binary way of saying what he did and his thought process.
Right.
But this right here is like what like and it just goes to show you that there is no like you can't really have a society like this.
Yeah.
This is not civilized. But you can't say that because you know what, you gotta be sensitive of everybody's feelings. You gotta not make the LGBTQI community upset. Don't make the people who identify like that upset. Don't make the so-called oppressor upset. No, you understand? Like he's living to what the scriptures say. Your blood shall be upon them. Their own blood is on them for living like this. And we follow this? Come on, man. Look at this right here. You can't sit here and tell me this showed up at the hockey game, man. You would say, man, this guy, this ain't no mascot. This is not, what is this, some kind of joke? He came in there with a purse and he unalived his wife and his kid and then himself. And then I'm supposed to sit here and act like it's normal. It's not normal. It's never going to be normal. And we should never accept it. And we should stand with the Lord. For those who sit there and think this is going, because a lot of these people that live in this type of life, they struggle with this type of stuff because there's demons in them. It's an unclean spirit, man.
Yeah.
I'm to what you were saying too. Like the oppressor say, if you see something, say something. But when you see something like that, you ain't supposed to say nothing. You're supposed to say, yes, ma'am. You know what I mean? Nah. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like you are like babysitting a demon. Like you catering to a demon. You understand? And then when the demon become a demon, now you're shocked. Don't be shocked.
Yeah.
You understand? Don't be shocked. He's just being himself or herself or they self or themselves. That's all it being.
That's right.
It being legion.
Yeah.
Imagine you at your graduation and you're with your mother and your father show up in a skirt shorter than your mother.
Lord have mercy.
With arms outside. Like there is something to be studied with this type of deviation, because you go to become a woman, you don't dress up like a doctor or a lawyer. You become a $2 hoe. And you go to become a woman. That's how you know this is a sexual deviant. Like why couldn't dress? Look at the mother. You see the mother's attire?
Right.
The mother all the way down to the foot. She could be a hoe, but she ain't dressed like one. But you think this is Jersey Shore.
That's right.
You think you in Beverly Hills 90210.
He want to be Snooki, Cap.
He want to be Snooki.
This is ridiculous.
That's who he want to be, because this is a actual full out sexual deviant dog. This is you don't want to be a woman. You want to be a whore. You want to, be used and abused, and because that's what's in you. That's what's right in you. You don't take on the persona of a librarian. You go and you have to be all, have your skin showing more than the mother. Like he's competing with the mother.
Exactly.
For attention,
and Cap, you realize the son ain't hugging him.
For what?
Right. I couldn't even smile. So like I couldn't even, like, if I could, Cap, if I could just say one thing, like this, man, like and this is dysfunction. This is dysfunction. But this is that like okay, this we can never be this.
Right.
We should never aspire to be this. Like this right here, like if black, come on, man, you know the black graduates, somebody gonna say something. If it's some Benjamites there or Judah, Latino, somebody gonna say, "Hold up, man, what's going on?"
Yeah,
they're going to say something about this.
Mm.
You know, like especially the older brother, they go like, "Hold on," you know what I'm saying? But like, damn, like this right here, and this picture right here. Post this picture, you see what happened. You see how that family dynamic ended. It's self. They deleted. He deleted all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. And I remember when they were saying. I remember when they first started saying, "Well, I'm they, I'm them," and I was saying to myself, you know what? If I ever have to fall on one of these guys, if the police ever come and say, "What did you do?" I said, "I was outnumbered." I'm no. He identified as them.
They jumped me. They trying to jump me.
I had to defend myself.
Yep.
I'm going to use exactly. Let me stop.
And who knows if him unaliving, like he really wanted to unalive himself, but unalive them because they were keeping secrets about what he was doing in the house. You understand?
Listen, it may not even be that deep, no Cap. It may be he failed at being a woman. Alive in them, it would mean that the wife was right. It would mean that the son was right, and they can't be right because he could be a woman. He could. I want to know how he show up to the ice rink. Did he show up as Robert or Roberta? That's what I want to know, and that would tell you everything. It would tell you everything. It don't even have to be no secrets. He stay in the same city. So whoever he get with in the next 4 or 5 years is somebody who know him. They're all over social media posting himself, but he realized he can't be no woman.
Right.
He realized this thing is just hard work. He can't do it.
That's right.
And he go in there to just, all right, well, you saying I can't be one? Everybody had to go now. Everybody got to go. And I guarantee when the phone records come out, he told her what she was going to do. And Robert, stop being crazy.
Right. Be a man.
Be a man, Robert. Stop being crazy. Robert Jr., your daddy's go talking crazy again. Come on, let's go to your hockey game.
Right.
And they ain't say nothing that he made these threats and he said what he was going to do. They ain't say nothing about it. Once again, you white women are failing white men. Half of y'all not giving them enough pussy.
Right.
Half of y'all is not telling the authorities that they're disturbed and they're deviants and they somebody needs to monitor them, do a wellness check on Roberta or whatever. Y'all is failing these white men.
Yeah.
That's right.
Y'all is failing them, white woman. You on top of the world and you can't keep this man in order?
So lock it, Cap.
Come on.
And let this be a lesson to you black women who want to follow them in their feminist movement. That they can't, and guess what? There's a lot of women that's online talking about that's married to MAGA husbands. They getting beat every night for even questioning. They better not say the word Epstein in that house, Epstein files. It's forbidden to even to say anything against Trump.
Yep.
You see what happened with the white man unaliving his daughter because she just posed a question. What if I had got sexually assaulted and he unalived her?
Damn.
They are in more of a captivity than what you think. You understand? Because their life is hell, but they want to keep their foot on you. This is why we should never listen. They can't tell us these people cannot give us the blueprint about a family.
Right.
They can't give us a blueprint about community. They don't have it. You've been fooled.
That's right.
A warrior already brought out that the veil is being removed. Now you get to see.
Yeah.
These women, some of these white women, when that thing happened with Renee Good, they couldn't even say it because they got beat upside the head. You couldn't even talk about it. Why? Now these the same women who tell you stand up and fight for women's rights. Well, they're mighty quiet right now. With all this unaliving. The white man unaliving his kids and his family over a football game, over MAGA. Now over his transition period, like all of these things are happening. And what is the Lord showing you? He's trying to show you separate.
Right.
Take your spirit out of this place.
Right.
Yeah.
You're never gonna be prosperous. You're never gonna have any peace living like these heathens. That's why the Bible say, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Not some, none.
That's right.
I yield.
Man, listen. Yeah, I didn't know this. Y'all shocked me with this one here, brother. Y'all shocked me with this one here. I looking at some more of these pictures out. Like, that is wild, Doc.
Good.
And I guarantee you, these ICE agents, I want to see Roberta's phone. Somebody need to get Roberta's phone and check the text messages.
That's right.
and the contacts. You know what I mean? And who is Agent 457? I'm in Minnesota right now, Roberta.
Good night.
I need to. I guarantee you. I absolutely guarantee you. Remember what the gentleman brought out? What's his man? Boy Love Thursday or some shit like that. Yeah. It's rough. It's rough. Yeah, I mean, thank the Lord, I'm not a white man.
Like them hands.
Thank the Lord, I do not have that type of father that's to deal with that shit out. Imagine you're a son, you going in school, your father showing up to pick you up sexier than your mother. And the short skirt, the tattoos outside, your buddies ain't sure. Is that your mom? Carl? Is that your mom? No, that's my dad. the whole team start laughing at you. Yeah, it's better the father took him out. He done shut the school up. He done shut the school up right after. It's better the father took him on the trip he was going on. Like the family trip, y'all all get in the van. Y'all all get in the van. That is wild. I was not ready. I really wasn't ready. Go ahead.
Imagine your father has an OnlyFans account.
Yep. You go ask for hockey equipment. He tell you, let me make 2 videos real quick. I'll get back to it.
My goodness.
He said, well, how much is you need a puck and some blades? All right, no sweat. Give me a few hours. I'm gonna make a video. I'll go make some content.
He come out there with the Wayne Gretzky jersey on and the mittens. It's ridiculous, man.
And it's a lot. If you look at his pictures too, sir, he got that dyed. Like, okay, I'm in this page on Facebook called Liberal Tears, and so I get to see the jokes that Republican and conservative men make. And there's this ongoing joke that white women that dye their hair purple or blue are like they bugged out. They lesbians and bugged out. And I'm looking at this cat, and he has the same hair that men like him would talk about. The men like him would talk. And so like this cat wanted to be a spicy Latina so bad. Like he wanted to be a spicy Hispanic woman so bad. And I could imagine as he watching these videos, he probably was an ICE agent or wanted to be an ICE agent. And he's seeing these real, authentic, beautiful sisters from the Hispanic tribes of Israel, real spicy Latinas, real hot mamas, caliente. And he looking at them, and he man, I could just imagine all type of the sickness and just the anger of, just he wanting to be them so bad. And now I'm starting to question white men, all the things that you talk about, that you criticize, maybe it's because you want to do it or you want to be it. I'm starting to think that. I'm starting to think the things that you critique and criticize are the things that you want to do,
right?
That you want to be. That's what I'm starting to think, because for sure, you white men always talk about that purple and blue hair, and here he is with purple and blue hair.
Yep. Yeah, he needs Sakari in his life. Sakari would have prevented that ice hockey, ice rink shooting.
Good night.
Sakari would have prevented that whole thing. Sakari would have helped this fool all the way out right here and now. He'd have go and give him some good old gorilla loving. And everybody in that ice rink would have been alive today. Yeah, I mean, it's R. Kelly knocking the boots. He'd have given some good body. Sounds knocking the boots. There's some good gorilla loving. Some good gorilla. Make shit disappear, my nigga.
Oh my goodness.
Make it disappear. It helped everybody out, man. Between Sakari and these white women, you're not taking care of these white men. I see it now. You're feeling at your duty.
Relax, if I could.
Powers, go ahead.
Afterwards, after he did all, Sakari did all that, afterwards, he would have promised him the kingdom.
Say again?
Afterwards, he would have promised him the kingdom of heaven. Like he could be.
Listen, the deviation, he'll tell him he'll take him to the kingdom. Tell him he'll take him right there. He know exactly where it is right now. Yeah, I mean, these man, listen. Before I get another video flag for the night, I'm done 1 for 1 already. Not even 1 minute after the class, they say, "Bloop, we taking that shit." Right. Let me stop. Listen, man, we had a good time tonight. Y'all totally fucked me up with that last story right there. I'm gonna watch every ICE agent with the way, or them cops that wear the tight clothes, pull you over, and they got the tattoo crew cut. I'm gonna watch every one of them like, nigga, where's your wig? Where's your wig? Right. All of them like that. No order. Yeah, man, we had a good show tonight. So water for the usual suspects coming true as per usual.
Right.
You all know how we do it every Wednesday night, Captain 9 o'clock, holding down the Carolinas,
That's right.
Jamaica, running it down, Captain Hunt, holding down the South, Atlanta, Mississippi, all the way Texas, holding on the Passover, rocking it out. Officer Warrior holding us down.
That's right.
That's right.
What device died, Salakia Kavaskipti. Oh, then Memphis, and also Officer Kazak Imad.
That's right.
That's right.
Sunday night, Leather Hebrew Speak, holding down DC, Baltimore, rocking it out, man. Listen, man, we're going to be down in Houston, Texas, April 4th, sundown, holding down the Lord's Passover. We're going to be there from the 1st. It's going to be a full-blown week of activity and, insane, events for the kids, for the sisters, the brothers, lamb slaughter. Here they have archery. Here they have a 3-point shootout. Now, I can't play a lick of basketball, but I'm telling you. Listen, bring about 3 nets because I'm lighting them all on fire. You're going to wonder. I'm making them just take off the meat and slam it on the ground. What the fuck we make that stuff?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm coming to take your money in that 3-point shootout. I'm going to take your money in that 3-point shootout because Zach put me down on the list of the competition, brother. I come with my own ball. I'm old school player. I'm coming up in there with the tall white socks with the red rings around the top. Like I'm gonna be laughing at me. I'm gonna be stretching and shit. What's going on with old head? Splash! 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 All the rash. I'm going in that shootout. All the ballers and the heavy and splash. That's all that's going on. I'm trying to tell you. I'm coming in for that money. I'm coming to see y'all. Y'all gonna be talking about me until next Passover. Y'all gonna be like, nah, we ain't doing no more shootout. This nigga cheated. I'm coming for that bread. Yeah. Come on down, man. It's gonna be a insane time. Black party, scripture breakdown, the kids party. It's gonna be all the way insane. The podcast, they're doing a podcast smash up Wednesday night. You'll come down and check it out now. Of course, the Lord's Passover, April 4th, sundown. We're going to be doing, I think from 5 p.m. it start. We're going to be doing the whole thing and Feast of Unleavened Bread, April 5th, down there at the BH Ranch, man. Outstanding place. Been there before. It's really, really tawab, you know what I mean? Again, so shout out Officer Korab, man. We're going to be laying him down this weekend. Saturday, the 21st. Yeah, I mean, give it up for the brother. For sure. You know what I mean? And they try to give him that send off. I know Kahan, you're going to do the thing right. And all the way, you know, solid down there yourself. Yatazak, all the brothers down there going to do the thing all the way right down there in Louisiana. So again, big up to Commander Johnny Hanna, hardest working man in Israel, man. Raised all of us up, build this brotherhood, make us meet amazing brothers. We would never know each other if it wasn't for Christ, man. Never know each other, never, you know, never met these sisters and made these kids if it wasn't for Yahweh Shai, man. You know what I mean? We going down with this thing all the way to the end, man.
That's right.
God say, come Yashala, man. Yatsum Shabraka.
Come Yashala.
Come Yashala.
Man.
ISUPK presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. You do not want to miss this one, Israel. Shalom.